Steven Spielberg's new movie will completely shatter your faith. I've been seeing that a lot online, so I'm about to go watch it. I'm coming into it with an open mind. I don't know anything about this movie. It's a movie about aliens, so I'm not really sure how that's supposed to shatter your faith. But I don't know. It seems like it's going to be pretty good. Apparently he's the GOAT, so we'll see if he's able to pull this one off. I'm not really that worried about it. Yeah, I actually really don't understand how this movie is supposed to achieve that. It doesn't make much sense to me. I mean, it seems like an alright movie. Apparently Spielberg is like this maestro that can make a movie so well that it will just completely shatter your faith. I don't know, it's about aliens, so here we have this article. Would the discovery of alien life really be faith-shattering? One character in Disclosure Day, a former novitiate nun, played by Bono's daughter Eve Hewson, argues people will see aliens as deities. They'll stop believing in God. Another nun character is less threatened by the idea. Why would God make such a vast universe and save it only for us? The speculative theological questions are intriguing, but ultimately the chief drama in Disclosure Day isn't explicitly religious as much as epistemological. I just woke up, man. Epistemological. Oh boy. Judeo-Christian storytelling. Judeo-Christian. So I don't, this might be spoilers, so I don't really want to get into this. This is a movie about battles over truth, information, and revelation. I don't know. It seems alright. I don't know. I saw Nope not so long ago, and I guess that was kind of scary. I don't know. I feel like aliens aren't really that scary, though. And I feel like there's no way this is going to shatter your faith. That's kind of a bold claim. Does this have anything more? Spielberg's Jewish identity has always deeply shaped his cinematic storytelling. Disclosure Day is no different. There's literally zero way that anyone has lost their faith because of this movie. This is so ridiculous. This is a movie about aliens. A seemingly supernatural force aliens intervenes, calling two chosen leaders, Margaret and Daniel, to be prophets, intermediaries, and deliverers of the vein of Moses and Aaron. I don't know about this movie, bro. I didn't know anything about it before I decided to go see it, so, I mean, I'll review it, and I'll go through it. I don't think it's gonna work, but I'll give it a fair shot, I guess. I'll go into it with an open mind, because I'm a Christian. Maybe I should have started with that. There's no way that any movie would be able to, it's a movie. There's no way a movie could shatter your whole worldview. Especially a movie about aliens, dude. I don't know. We'll see how it is, I guess. See you on the other side, because, I don't know, I might come out of there a changed man. I'm back. It didn't work. I feel like the movie was really terrible. It gets good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, but I didn't think it was that good. And also, it barely talks about Christianity. I don't know why that was such a big selling point of the movie. I have stuff written down. Okay, so the movie follows Daniel Kellner, and he is this cybersecurity genius guy who decides to steal these files from a company that he works at called Wardex. And then it cuts to this other girl, and her name is Margaret Fairchild, and she is a news reporter. And then one day she sees a cardinal, and all of a sudden she's magic and can read people's minds and is like on her newscast. And so she goes to the hospital, and all these FBI people start following her. And we cut back to Daniel, and he's on the run, and they end up at this farmhouse. And at the farmhouse, the main villain of the movie, who's like the most comically evil villain of all time. And the main villain does this weird thing. It's not weird. You've seen it a million times before. Where it's like, the villain is dealing with technology he can't understand. And he's like freaking out. It's like doing damage to his body. He's like, and they're like, sir, let me help you. He's like, get off of me, get away from me. I'm fine, get away from me. He does this like 30 times in the movie. Literally every single time he uses his mind control powers, he does this. And then when they're just walking around, he's like, get away from me, get away from me. It's ridiculous. It's a stupid movie. He's like the most comically evil villain of all time. I don't understand what his goal was in the movie. Like, they didn't want... There's aliens. They didn't want the alien secret to get out. That's the whole point of the movie, is that Daniel and this girl, Margaret, whatever her name was, Margaret something, Martha, are trying to tell everyone about the aliens. So, they're running around, trying to escape these evil guys, and Daniel and his girlfriend, Jade, end up at this farmhouse, and then the comically evil villain, who is so generic, I actually don't even remember his name, pulls up and somehow is able to mind control Jade to tell him where she is, and then they pull up, and this guy, Daniel, is somehow able to sneak around like 30 different armed guards without anybody noticing him, and get in their car without anyone noticing him, and then he drives towards the farmhouse. They finally notice him. He crashes through the house, and he picks up his girlfriend, and they leave. And then they are running away in the car, and they reach a cliff, and they're like, well, we have to stop because there's a cliff. And so they put the car in drive, and they throw a rock on the gas pedal, and the car goes off the cliff and into some water below. And then the evil dudes pull up behind them, and they see that the car's in the water, and they're like, well, there's nothing else to see here. We've done our job. Clearly they're dead. And so then they just go home, when Daniel and his girlfriend are like hiding behind a rock, like a foot away. So I don't know what the reasoning was there. Then they go to a motel, and they're discovered again because this girl Jade gets mind controlled, and that's important for in a second. She gets mind controlled, and the evil Wardex dudes find out where they are, and they pull up to the motel, and he gives this like super important alien artifact that he stole from Wardex to her, to the person who can just easily be mind controlled to do whatever the main villain wants. He's like, here, take this. No, you're more important than me. You're more important than all of this. And he leads her out the window, and it's like, well, okay. Throws her out, and he gets taken, and then this other girl, Margaret, uses her powers to free Daniel once he gets taken. And it's ridiculous, because she shows up, and she appears as, like, different dead people in people's lives, and then they're like, oh, okay, I'll let you go. Even after the effect is done. Like, she shows up, and she convinces the main dude that she's his wife, and he's all sad, and he's like, no, nobody hurt her. And then, as they're driving away, now that she has collected Daniel in her car, the effect has worn off, and he's like, something special about her, when they're all loaded with guns. Their whole thing is like, we can't let this get out. And instead of, like, shooting her, they're just like, well, nothing we can do. We just have to watch them drive away. They were like 10 feet away. Yeah, well, we'll get them next time. That's literally what the villains in this movie do 90% of the time. They either miss their shots, or they just give up and are like, there's nothing we can do. I mean, clearly, what are we going to do with these guns? What are we going to do with these guns? So this girl, Margaret, can apparently look into people's eyes, and she knows their entire life story. Like, she knows who they are. And she meets up with Daniel. She's like, I feel like I know you from before, and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. I feel like I know you so well. And it turns out that they were both given powers by the aliens. Daniel is shown that he's smart because he likes to do math in his free time. And it turns out that his smart's given to him by the aliens. And her ability of her superpowers were also given to her by the aliens. That's why they know each other. And they go back, and she just is able to kind of feel her way around. So she's like, I know I need to go to this place. I know I need to get to this random place in the West. And he's like, okay. So they start driving over there. And this other main villain guy, the only smart villain in the movie, decides, well, you know what? I'll just chase after them in my car and try to shoot them. Long story short, he misses all of his shots. They're not even close. He does push them into a train, which was smart. He pushes the car into a train. But it doesn't matter, because they're superhumans, and they climb up from the ladder on top of the train, and then they hide away. And he's like, well, nothing I can do anymore. Guess I just have to go home. It's not like this train is clearly visible from the road for the next like few miles, and I could have just followed the train. Gotta turn back to base. So anyways, they get to where they need to go, and they're about to pull up, and these fire trucks pull up around them, and she's like, oh no, please don't hurt me. And the other dude, Daniel, is like, oh, don't worry, I know them. Which is like, if her whole power is being able to look in people's eyes and immediately know who they are, why was she so afraid when these guys that grabbed them from the fire trucks are the good guys, apparently? It doesn't really make sense at all to me. And why did the aliens give them these powers? Because it's explained in the movie that, like, oh, for the aliens to be revealed to humanity, the smart dude with math needs to be able to understand the aliens because the aliens speak math, and this girl needs to be able to understand humanity because she can look into their eyes and understand them immediately. And it's like, well, if they needed the dude to be able to translate their math language into English, why could they not have just translated it themselves? Why do they need him at all? Because these people could have died at like any point in the movie. They were getting shot at. Like if the main villains of the movie were at all competent, they should have been dead in like 20 minutes. The movie opens with this dude just driving away. They just drive away, and nobody ever shoots at them ever. So I don't know why the aliens couldn't have just spoken to humanity themselves. Because it's like, oh, they don't speak English, but they were able to make this guy a translator for them somehow. They imbued him with their alien magic. So then they went to this safe house, and the bad guys are closing in. And they're like, alright, we're gonna go on the news, and we're gonna reveal the secrets of the aliens to everyone. So they get there, and the bad guys follow them. And, by the way, the bad guys follow them to this facility that they're in. And she has this little Deus Ex Machina device that has been used throughout the movie that basically has the power of doing whatever the plot needs it to be able to do. So they chase them to this facility, and she's like, don't worry, I can make you guys all invisible. So they make everyone invisible, and the dude's like, the Ward X dudes pull up, and the comically evil villain is like, and he hears the people that she's concealing. And instead of like shooting at them, because he's surrounded by like 50 military dudes with guns, instead of being like, shoot at them, he orders them to go get them, and they sprint headfirst into like an invisible wall. It's, why did they never use their guns in this movie? Like, they never use them. They used them in like one scene when they were so incompetent that they couldn't hear the dude get in the car at the farmhouse. So anyways, they go to this news station, and they are trying to reveal the secrets of the universe to the world. And so then they get on the broadcast, and they're about to go on, and the evil dudes get there, and they're like, shut off the generators and do all this. And they do it successfully. They cut all the power, and then she just uses her Deus Ex Machina device to just restore power somehow, because it's able to do that as well. And then she's about to deliver her message. She has like 10 seconds, and all the dudes with guns, they're right there. They're like, okay, we can shoot her, we can stop this from getting out. And the main guy's like, oh, there's nothing we can do. And he just sits down in the chair, and his right-hand man is like, come on, we can still stop them. And he just sits down, and he just puts his head in his hands, like it's over. And he suddenly just has like this weird change of heart at the end, where he's been like comically evil throughout the whole movie. Like, he's like the type of dude that would like kill babies or something. And then by the end of the movie, he's like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. And they never used their guns once. The movie should have been over so many times. And the aliens' plan is so stupid. Their whole plan is to reveal themselves to the world using these humans. Two people. What was their plan if they died? These people have like 80 chances to die. Gotta start again. Another 80 years. Why couldn't they have just built a translator themselves and be like, hey, we're the aliens. Nice to meet you. Whatever. Because their whole thing was like trying to disclose this to the world. It makes no sense. Like, it's not like they're trying to stay hidden. The whole point is that the aliens are trying to tell people. So instead, they're doing the most convoluted and terrible method of doing it possible. The movie actually makes no sense. I don't understand how it gets good reviews. To me, it's just like slop. Like, the whole time, all I could think about was that Ice Cube War of the Worlds movie. I swear that's exactly what it was like. What else? Let's see. Why? I don't actually understand what any of this means. Oh, yeah. In the beginning of the movie, the main villain's like right-hand man picks up this Deus Ex Machina device, and he picks it up and he's like, oh, and then he gets vaporized, and you're like, oh my gosh, he just died, and then he just like reappears, but he's like on the floor, he's like slumped, so you're like, oh my gosh, he's dead, and then he gets up and he's fine, and nobody ever talked about it for the rest of the movie. It's like, what happened with that? Like, what's the point? I don't understand. It feels like the whole movie feels like Steven Spielberg was trying to have you on the edge of your seat for the whole movie, but he never established why we should care about any of the characters. From the moment the movie starts, it's just this guy on the run. And the whole movie is just like action, 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 action. And it's like, I don't care about these people. I don't care about Daniel Kellner or this newscast Margaret Fairchild lady. It's ridiculous. It wasn't scary. I thought it was going to be a horror movie. It was like an action movie. It was really terrible. I actually don't understand how it gets good reviews. And the whole thing about it, this movie, it's going to make you lose your faith in Christianity. They mentioned it like 2 times, because one of the main characters was like an ex-nun or something, Jade, who appears in the first half of the movie like she's going to be like a big deal. She's in the whole first half of the movie, and then whenever Daniel, who's her boyfriend, she's the girl, whenever he sends her away with this important device, where she can literally just be mind controlled, but the main villain, I guess, decided he didn't want to do that anymore. He knew that she had the device, because they kidnapped Daniel, and they were like, where is it? And he's like, you'll never know. The only other person in there was the girl. Obviously she has it, and the villain never thinks to mind control her and just take it back. We also got pizza before we went to the theater at this like pizza place right by the theater, and I don't want to like make fun of her because she was nice, but dude, the pizza clerk was talking to us for like 10 minutes. She was like, oh, you know, I adopted all these kids when I was 20 and they were 16 and 17, and I'm like, that's a little odd. And then she was like, but I you know, there's the stigma of moms hating their kids, but I love my kids. I think they're the best people in the world. And she was giving us this whole spiel about how she was rooting for us in life, and I don't know, it was just like a little strange. But I feel bad because she gave us this extra large pizza for the price of a large, and then we couldn't finish it, so we snuck it into the theater. It was like the most obvious, terrible disguise of all time. I put the whole box in this hoodie, and you could very clearly tell that it was a box, dude. Like, it was really like a terrible disguise. Just, it was so terrible. Did you scan both or just one?
Nah, it was just one because it comes with 2 tickets.
No, this actually looks so terrible. That looks so good. This is the most obvious. What is that? Hold on, wait. Oh, okay, wait, hold on.
Blue is for black. No one has to get hurt, alright? Go! Golden Girls, alright?
So terrible. But I'm still a Christian after watching the movie. I don't think it was really that good, but I guess that's just my opinion. So whatever, you can watch it if you want.